Linus Torvalds said this is the most important. Welcome to Startup Hack. I'm Spencer Thomason, and here at Startup Hack, we love to train software developers and build custom software solutions. So I do a lot of work as a fractional CTO. With over a decade of executive leadership and a solid 25 years in software development, I have mastered the art of transforming technology, teams, and products. All right, let's dive into something Linus said, and yes, the Linus Torvalds, the mind behind Linux, once said. So let's dive into this topic today about what makes a good programmer. So we're diving in today from Linus Torvalds about what makes the most important thing for being a programmer. Now, according to Linus, the most important thing for a programmer is to understand data structures. Now, I've got 25 years in this game, and I can tell you from my experience, the man isn't wrong. So today we're going to break down this into 10 points that'll tell you why and what the wisdom is of staying focused on data structures and why it should be your number one priority as a software developer. So the first one of these is that data structures are the foundation of all good software. So now picture building a house. You wouldn't start by decorating the living room before laying down a solid foundation, right? Well, data structures are that foundation for software. If your data structures are solid, everything else you build on top of will be good. Algorithms, systems, features, everything will stand firm. In my 25 years of development, I've seen projects with great ideas crumble because they were built on shaky data structures. Trust me, it's worth your time to get this right from the start. Now next, data structures define your problem-solving approach. So think of data structures as a lens through which you're going to view and solve your problems. The choice of the right data structure can make a complex problem seem like a walk in the park. Whether you're dealing with massive data sets, real-time processing, or even just organizing your code, the right data structure can simplify the process. It's like choosing the right tool for the job and bringing a hammer to a screwdriver fight, and you'll be in trouble. Understanding how to use the right data structure is a key to effective problem solving. Next, efficiency is king and data structures are your crown. Here's the thing about efficiency. It's not just a nice to have, it's the crown jewel of any software application. And what sits at the heart of efficiency? You guessed it, data structures. Choosing the right one can reduce computational complexity, save memory, and ultimately make your code faster. This is not just a theoretical benefit. In the real world, you can be the difference between an app that's a delight to use and one that's a nightmare. So when Linus says that data structures are important, he's really saying efficiency is important. Also, make sure you go back and check out our previous videos because we give tons of great training on how to be a great software developer. We have hundreds of free code samples, so make sure you check out our previous videos. Now, continuing on, data structures influence system design. So if we zoom out a little bit, data structures don't just affect your code, they influence the entire system design. The higher up in the funnel you can solve the problem, the easier things become downstream. This means that if you're smart about your data structures, you can simplify your system's architecture. A good data structure makes things cleaner, easier to understand and maintain. And believe me, when you've been in the trenches as long as I have, you'll appreciate the value of a system that's easy to maintain. Now, algorithms rely on data structures, so there's a little secret here. Algorithms are only as good as their data structure that they operate on. So you could have the most brilliant algorithm, but if it's working on a poor data structure, it's like trying to run a marathon in flip-flops. It's painful and ineffective. A well-chosen data structure will amplify the power of your algorithm, making them more efficient and effective. It's like giving your code a turbo boost. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about scalability, and guess what it relies on? You guessed it, data structures. Scalability is the holy grail of software development. If your app can't scale, then it's a business doom. And guess what? Data structures play a pivotal role in scalability. The right data structure can handle more data, more users, and more complexity without breaking a sweat. This is where experience comes in. You learn over time that choosing the right data structure can mean the difference between scaling gracefully and crashing spectacularly. So, if you're thinking about scaling, start by thinking about data structures. Now, data structures improve code readability. Let's not forget about the human element here, right? Other developers, or even your future self, will have to read your code. So a well-structured data structure improves readability and makes your code easier to understand. This is especially important in team settings where clean readability can prevent misunderstandings and reduce the time needed to onboard new developers. So in my years of leading development teams, I've seen how a good data structure can make life easier for everyone involved. Remember, clean code is happy code. Now, data structures also lead to better debugging. Let's be real, debugging is just part of the job as a developer, But here's a pro tip. The right data structure can make debugging a whole lot easier. If your data is well organized, it's easier to trace bugs and understand where things went wrong. This can save you hours of frustration and get you back to building features faster. And that's what we all want as developers. In all my years of development, I've learned that investing in a good set of data structures upfront pays off big time when you hit the inevitable bugs. Data structures are essential for optimizing performance. Performance optimization is often seen as a dark art, but at its core is about making sure your code runs more efficiently. And once again, data structures are key here. A well-chosen data structure can reduce the time your code takes to run, minimizing memory usage and keeping your app snappy. Whether you're working on a mobile app, a web application, or a backend service, optimizing performance is crucial, and trust me, when you're trying to squeeze every last drop of performance out of your system, you'll be glad you paid attention to your data structures. Also, you'll also be glad that you went back and watched our previous videos, because we have hundreds of free coding sample videos, and so make sure you go back and check these out. Now, data structures also will enhance the flexibility of the app. Let's talk a little bit about flexibility. A well thought out data structure can make your application more adaptable to change. Whether you need to add new features, support more users, or pivot your entire business model, a flexible data structure will allow you to make these changes with minimal fuss. So in my experience, this flexibility is what separates good software from great software. It's the difference between being stuck in the past and being able to innovate for the future. So do yourself a favor and give those data structures the attention they deserve. Now, what are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Because here's the thing. Ultimately, Linus Torvalds nailed it when he said understanding data structures is the most important skill for programmers. But I would love to hear your thoughts. Do you agree with him? Do you disagree? We've walked through how the data structures form the foundation of software and a lot of the improvements that your app will make if you have good data structures. But in short, data structures and good data structures are the secret sauce that make great software. So if you want to up your game as a developer, this is the best place to start. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts down below. If you need some help we'd love to offer how to train your software developers in our coding boot camps or to help build your company's software in our custom software solutions. So make sure you check out startuphack.com or hit the links down below, and we'll catch you guys next time.